And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 22 of Smite Talk. My name is OctanePro, and tonight we have a special guest joining us. We do have Jerbie, mid lane player for Team Snipe. Jerbie, how's it going, man?
It's going fantastic, man.
So, how's it feel to be able to say you're part of Snipe now? How's that feel?
Uh, it feels like a lot more missed ults on stream.
Yeah, I mean it's a big deal now. You got that name backing and everything, and guys in chat, we'll jump into kind of learn a little bit about Jerbie here in the next few minutes. If you guys are not familiar, Smite Talk's like 45-minute hour show max about the fact of, it's a talk show. It pretty much, we bring somebody on the show, we talk about them, talk about their history within Smite, what they're doing in the scene now, and then we allow you guys to go ahead and call in and ask Jerbie a question or myself a question or bring up a discussion point. Hey, this god, why is this item better than this item in a competitive play? Stuff like that. We're definitely going to go ahead and dive into it. If you guys want to call in, please go ahead and check the info directly below my webcam. It's through raid call. This allows us to keep the guests protected from any DDoS issues and gives us a great platform to invite you guys into a voice communication system raid call. So the group ID is 7461039, and you'll be sitting in a lobby. And just hang out in lobby. I'll shoot you an IM message in raid call. Make sure you're available. Kind of check out what you want to talk about. Make sure it's appropriate for the show, and then I'll go ahead and pull you in. So let's go ahead and dive in a little bit and learn a little bit about Jerbie. Jerbie, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So you've been around the scene for quite a while. And before we tap into that, I really want to know, growing up, I assume you played a lot of video games. What type of video games did you really get into as a kid?
Ah, man, yeah, Diablo, Warcraft 2, any and everything they get, Age of Empires, whatever,
Oh,
I could get my hands on.
okay. I like it. I heard Age of Empires in there, and I'm like, oh, man, that game.
Yeah, well, I used to be able to go on like what was it, MSN Games or something like that, and be able to
Yep.
play online. That was probably like my first online experience, aside from
Yeah.
Diablo.
Yeah, that was. Now, looking at, just kind of the games you played growing up, did you play anything competitively or hardcore to the point that you play Smite?
I mean, no, never on that kind of level. Obviously, way back when during the Dota days on Warcraft 3, there used to be like invite only leagues for Dota, and I was a part of a few of those, but never to the point where, I was making like money
Sure.
playing video games. That was unheard of.
Is that surreal to you now to look at like esports and video games and be like, wow, like you can make a salary plus six figures off of this?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy to me. Like even though I was born in 1920, as F dot takes me by, like it's pretty crazy to me though. It's I out of everything that I've ever done in life, video games has been the one thing to be able to keep my attention no matter what, and obviously having like a competitive mindset. It's once you get past high school, and then I realized like I'm 5'9", short, balding, fat, whatever, what have you. I'm not gonna make it anywhere professionally in any kind of sports.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden you have esports, and I'm like, all right, there's a chance.
Yeah. That's huge. That's huge, especially for someone like yourself, as you explained there. So, looking at Smite, what did you do right before you came into Smite? Like right before you started trying out Smite, what game were you into at that time?
I think I had went from Heroes of Newerth straight into Diablo 3.
Okay, Diablo 3, and then from there directly into Smite?
Yeah, I think randomly somebody gave me a beta invite for Smite at the time, and I started playing it. I really enjoyed it, and I think the first god I ever played inside of Smite, I remember the first game was I played Wukong Jungle when Wukong was still a tiny little baby Wukong.
Yeah, yeah.
And next thing you know, Wukong mid happens, and
Yep.
so experiences.
Yeah, right, for sure. So you joined up in Smite, and when you first started playing, and were you used to the MOBA gameplay style? Like you talked about Heroes of Newerth, so I guess you kind of were familiar with that 3-lane setup. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything that really preps you for playing Smite. Obviously, I'm so used to, or at the time I was so used to last hitting. I was so used to, creep deny,
Yeah.
the top-down perspective, and then you go into Smite, and you have like a more generalized lane clear and spells,
Hmm.
and the third-person perspective, and it was just like, damn, I suck again.
So when I guess my question is, when did you realize within Smite that you wanted to go from casual to, I guess then you didn't really have like a hardcore ranked, but that you there was an opportunity for competitive and you wanted to try to be the best.
Um, it just gets to a point where you reach a level where you feel comfortable enough in your gameplay, and at the time, the competitive scene to Smite was non-existent, and it was just literally a group of guys that had found each other via the forums at that time, and they would just hold like these own tournaments, and there was no Gymco, like there wasn't even Gymco prize at the time. It was literally Eeping, and it just sounded like another challenge, and
Sure.
I'm always looking for the next challenge.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm trying to think. Do you even recall what the first tournament you played in? Were there? Now I'm trying to remember because
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
do. I do.
Okay. Wow.
I do actually. It was a team. Sheen was the one that actually got me into competitive play, and he
Okay.
was on a team at the time called Eat Sleep Gaming,
Okay.
and I remember the very first tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I was I was so bad at the game and everything. I'm still bad, but still more bad then. And the leader of that group at the time, I forget what his name was, but anyway, he said, "Hey, one of our guys has to he's going to a convention, so can you fill in?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, finally my shot, my chance."
Yeah.
And I practiced with him all week, and I was so excited. I was like, even tell my friends like, "Hey guys, yeah, I get to play in a tournament. I'm excited." And the tournament day comes up, and I'm all prepped. I'd practice hard, like 8 hours a day, and then that same tournament day, he tells me, "Hey, we're decided to go with somebody else." And that was my first tournament experience. Was that I was benched the day before I got to compete in a tournament, and so that was
Hmm.
my first experience.
Wow. That sounds wonderful. That sucks. So that definitely didn't work out the way that you hoped for it then. And back then, I mean, tournament wise, was there even the tournaments weren't even giving out gems? Were they? It was very
No,
much
no,
just,
hell no.
hey, you won, great. Like, and it was very typical of
Yeah,
your normal grassroots kind of esports, where that's where it starts at, with just some guy decides to host a tournament using some tools out there with different websites, and you win. It's kind of like bragging rights. You know what I mean? So I can understand that. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So, your competitive history within Smite. Tell us a little bit about that. You kind of started out where you started at, but how did you progress along through different teams and such? Jerbie still with us? I think we lost him. Did we lose Jerbie? Let me shoot him a message. We might have lost him. Did we lose you? I think we lost Jerbie. No. Let's find out. Shoot him a message here. I just don't hear him talking. That's all. That's a shame. Let's see if we can get that figured out. Please hold. Jerb gone. I scared him off. The questions were too intense. We'll find out here. While we wait to hear back from Jerbie here, see how things are going. If you guys are interested in winning a Guan convention skin, go ahead and call in to Raid Call with the info directly below, and then I'm going to select one of your questions that does go ahead and win you the Guan convention skin. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and call in, and we'll get things situated from there. So hopefully we have Jerbie come back. I know he was. It sounded briefly like a few minutes ago he was having some weird connection issues, and then he dropped. So lightning strike, restarted router. All right, he's going to be jumping back on, guys. Once again, we're going to go through a few kind of formalized questions with Jerbie, and then at the very end, we're going to go ahead and take questions from you guys. So go ahead, download Raid Call, get set up. You got a few minutes, without a doubt, and call in. And, we'd love to take your question from there. So, you guys have some time till we wait for him to get back on here. So we'll wait to see what comes back on. ECG in chat. All right, well, here, we'll put this up here. Let's see. While we wait for him to get on, he just shot me a message on Twitter, so we should have a few minutes here until he gets back on. And let's see. All right. Should be on in just a second. Hang in there. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, make sure you check out the previous VODs of the show. The bottom right-hand corner, you can see there previous show episodes. And go ahead and check it out. It's over on the Smite update on YouTube. So if you guys want to take a look at all the previous VODs, they are available out there at that location if you're interested. And I got a few minutes. I'm going to throw on some music while I wait for Jerbie to come back on. No rush, no rush. And, yeah, we have 2 people right now hanging out in Raid Call, ready to ask their questions. If you guys want to be the third, we go from there. Can you get Raid Call on the phone? I do not know, to be honest with you. That's a really good question. You may be able to, you may not be. I'm not sure. All right, so he's getting things figured out. He should be joining us back in a few minutes, and we'll be set and ready to go. This is actually episode 22. Last episode, we had Zimstar from Team Solo Mid. He came on about 2 weeks ago. And then next week, we're actually going to have on Cognitive Gaming's Barracuda. So if you guys have not checked that out yet, checked out the previous shows, please do. And then the future shows, it'll be really great. We have Jerbie on this week from Snipe. We have Barracuda coming on next week from Cog. That should be pretty exciting. I have a mid laner this week, Hunter next week. Trying to see what I could do to go ahead and get more and more players on the show. It's always good to have like community individuals, hosts, community casters, community content producers. But I think it's also really nice in order to have some of these players on, talk about some of the competitive side of the scene and see how that goes. So let's go ahead and pull Jerbie back in. All right, so are you still with us?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, if you. Why can't you control the lightning, man? Why can't you control that? I
don't know. Not enough Zeus, I guess.
That's right. Not enough inner Zeus. So the question that we left off on there was, let's talk about your history within the competitive scene within Smite. So give us the rundown, kind of your competitive resume within the Smite scene. Who'd you play for? What are some big wins? Stuff like that.
Well, the first team I ever competed on, and luckily enough, because of Zatman at the time, it was BLG Gaming.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that was when Team Machine was running the team.
Yep.
And they needed a mid player, and that was I guess my first shot at mid lane.
Okay.
Which was mainly just like playing raw mid every single game, but I played with them for quite some time. While I was with them, I was mainly second, third person, places, everything like that. That was during when RG was still around with Drew and mid, which was really difficult. And there wasn't a lot of teams, and that was when also there was NA and EU were still competing, so I'd have to go against the Lobster a lot in mid, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then from there, I got an opportunity to play with Juice Gaming. And that was when it was DM Brandon, Allied, Harvest, Sheen, and DFAT, who was an amazing raw, and he needed to basically take care of real life stuff, so he had to step down. And
okay.
They asked if I wanted to come on, and of course I'd wanted to play with them for some time, and then I played with them for some time, and then eventually, Brandon picked up a job, and Harvest kind of lost interest in Smite, and so we ended up picking up Laz's and Matty Pocket, and eventually became Root Gaming, and then from there.
And that was huge at the time too, because Root was one of the bigger names in the scene coming
Right.
coming from an esports team. It was like, wow, like Root Gaming, here's the first opportunity. A huge organization is coming in. So that was pretty big. It must have been pretty cool to be part of that kind of movement as teams started coming in.
Oh, it was crazy, man. To play with the people that were that talented, and to be lucky enough to play with people like that, it was phenomenal. And to this day, I still think I was out of my league. It was a fun ride, and we ended up going to PAX East and placing second there. And I think Zap's team, I forget what they were. I forget if they were cursed. They were cursed at the time. They cursed ended up taking first place that one. But that was their first LAN experience, and it was a lot of fun. And then after that, everything didn't work out with Root, and basically the long gist of that is that I was offered whether I want to take a step back into a substitute role, or and I decided in a prideful way that I didn't want to do that. So I stepped back from that, and it kind of took a little bit of time off Smite, and came back about a month or two later. And at that time, there was just no teams looking. You know what I mean? So
a lot of teams were locked in.
Right. There was a while where people were interchanging teams like every other week, but then it became everybody wanted to stabilize their roster and really pep up, especially with the 100K at the time when it was announced. So it was one of those things where I knew that I had two options. Either I can be a quitter again, or I just bide my time, practice up, and get to the point where I earn my spot on a team, and try to do it the right way. Try not to whisper in ears and break up teams and stuff like that, but you try to do it the right way, like actually earn your spot. And luckily enough, here a couple weeks ago, Nick, who was the mid for Snipe and another really good player, he decided that he was going to move down to a sub spot, and then I was asked.
Oh, do we lose Jerbie again? Jerbie might be having issues tonight. I think we lost Jerbie again. Oh, man. Screw you, Lightning Storm! We'll give it a sec. Maybe he returns. Lightning Storms for the win! I think we lost him again. Let's find out. Ba ba ba! F-swag. You can tell it's coming, too. You can tell it's coming. Dun, 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 dun. He's still here, though, but he's not. It's a liar. Why you gotta make a liar out of me, huh? Alright, let's pop on some music here. Got a little time. We'll get through this. Lightning Storm will pass. We'll be good. You can imagine him cursing his face off. That's right. That's right. You need a sub. Jerbie needs a sub. So, we'll give it some time. Alright, let's see if he comes back in. Check to see if we get any messages from him on the good old Twitter. How did the tournament go? It went well. From everything I heard, the arena tournament was a great success. I think it ended earlier today around, I want to say 3:30, 4 o'clock. I think it ended. Am I checking the ask.fm? I am. We'll be taking questions here towards after kind of the, I don't want to say formal because it's not really like formal, but after the quick little interview we do, getting to know Jerbie a little bit more, we'll go ahead and take some of your questions from chat, take some calls from people calling in, stuff like that. So we'll see if he jumps back on, and we'll kind of go from there. If things don't work out with Jerbie tonight, we'll reschedule things and try to get something working. Keep in mind, next week we do have Barracuda joining us, so it should be a ton of fun. Oh, drinking on the job, Octane. This is root beer, thank you very much. There's some great companies in Pennsylvania that have some excellent root beer, and I'm a huge fan of the root beer. Actually, New York has the best root beer because the way they how they put a little bit of cream in there to make it kind of like that cream soda root beer. And I was at a place in New York City years ago, and it was phenomenal. And I went back, didn't do it for me, but yes, root beer, thank you very much. So yes, root bear. Sure it is. Don't call me a liar. Don't call me a liar, bro. Why you gotta call me a liar? I gotta find the name of it. It was like a restaurant. F dot. F swag in chat, but I know it's F dot. It was a restaurant that had it. They had these huge sandwiches. Like you'd go and ask for like a turkey sandwich or whatever. It was a very like nice, classy restaurant. It was right in New York City, and you would get a sandwich like that big, and it's no fish story. It'd be a huge sandwich without a doubt, and it was gigantic, and they had the best soda, best root beer. Can I talk about something that's not Jerbie? Sure. Yeah, sure we can. So let's see if we do have our friend Jerbie coming back. If he does, great. If not, not the end of the world. Let's see here. We'll see if he rejoins us. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll see what happens. We got some time. We got some time. Seeing. See if we need to reschedule, stuff like that. Downside of live shows, right? Why no Zeus nerf? Are you kidding me? You should be looking for like an Uller nerf. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe we didn't have any changes to him. Uller is like one of the top tier players right now, in my opinion. So that's why I'm like, really? I don't see Jerbie back on quite yet. We'll give it another few minutes here. See what happens. Wait for his call. Wait for Jerbie's call. I'm looking at your questions on Ask.fm. Appreciate you guys doing it. A lot of questions on Ask.fm right now. We got some people in raid call waiting. People are waiting to talk to this man. So hopefully he does get back on. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in raid call that are eager to go ahead and talk to him. We have 20, 30, maybe 40 questions in Ask.fm. We'll see what happens. How do I feel about the recent Nemesis changes? Watch the Smite update show, bro. Watch the Smite update show. They're alright. They're alright, you know. Not exactly what I would have picked for the Nemesis changes, but they're alright. What about AMC? I think AMC has made a great comeback from where he was and then nerfed, and now he's kind of come back. So I still think he's good. I don't think he stands out ridiculously over you know, other hunters to be like, he's ridiculous, but, you know. What is this? That's funny. All right, so let's see here. Waiting to see what the deal is with our man Jerbie. There he is. He's alive. He's alive.
Yeah. Hopefully for the last time.
Sorry. I know, right? All right. If you do it again, you're out. You're banned. All right. You can't leave the game like that, dude. You can't leave the game like that.
I've been kicked before.
Yeah, right.
Let me see.
So we were talking about Snipe. And you briefly started to get into that. So tell us, you know, a little bit about that. You said, you know, somebody had reached out to you and where that was going. Nick, oh, that's right, Nick.
Oh yeah,
Nick was
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no. Nick had decided, and yet again, let me clarify that I think Nick is a phenomenal mid player.
Yep.
And he decided to that he was going to go down to sub position. You know, for his own reasons. I don't know like the crazy specifics of it.
Sure.
But I'm sure everybody else in the world knows the full story in their own terms. But I don't really know what was decided on. But anyway, it created an opportunity for me, and I was really thankful for it. And Shing sent me a message asking if I wanted to try out with the team, and it seems so far to be going really well. The scrims we've been having here recently have been really solid, and the synergy is getting there. I feel like, so I'm really excited for this weekend.
It'll be great.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm really hoping to kind of get that chip off my shoulder and we come out as a really strong contender.
So, jumping back, what were you doing before the 100K qualifiers? And the reason I ask that is, some people might not be familiar. I mean, you're definitely a competitor. You're somebody that's looking to make a name not only for yourself but the team you represent. Didn't quite have the opportunity to be involved in the 100K. What were you doing then, or what all occurred?
Every single day, the rank grind. Like every
Mm-hmm.
other person has to do. It's one of those things where I had to go back because I felt like my performance as a player had become so lackluster
Mm-hmm.
post Root Gaming and even during that I really had to work on my mechanics. That I had to work on me as a player and my ideology when it came to playing the game. And so you start from the bottom and you grind. That's about it, man. Yeah, like you just grind and try to take from it what you can. And I try to take every single opportunity I could when it came to filling in on different teams. And during the qualifiers for the 100K, I was lucky enough to play on a team with Gars in them,
Okay.
Clash and Slash, and
Yep.
that was really good practice for me. And
Okay.
it boosted my confidence a lot in the mid roll. So
Yeah, if
it
you were in chat just during the Smite update show at all, we actually had Hi-Rez Chris announce that the next, I mean, they're going to go ahead and close out ranked. It'll be closed for a week. I don't know what you're going to do about that. And then we're going to go ahead and have a new rank system set up where you can actually be promoted on the fly. You don't have to wait a month for that that season to end. What are your thoughts on that?
it's a good and bad thing. The great thing is that it's becoming, it'll be a better rank system in my opinion. But the bad thing is that
Mm-hmm.
there's a week without ranked. That's all there's to it, man. I'm gonna
What
have
are
to
you gonna do?
delve into the normal games, I guess.
You're gonna have to go outside. You're gonna have to go outside. That's what it's
Yeah,
gonna be.
maybe that might be pushing it.
So 100K qualifiers occurred, turned into our 200K, and you had the opportunity to watch from home. You didn't have an opportunity to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
the Smite launch tournament. What were your thoughts of it as a viewer and as a competitor?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Every single second of it. I loved it. I was so happy for those guys and the reason why is because uh, I know a lot of people may think that like, oh, well, he's just salty or something. I wasn't.
Hmm.
The fact that there were 40 people there out of thousands that had made it. The elite of the elite that had made it there. I was so stoked about that. And then a lot of those guys, the vast majority of those guys are friends of mine, and I was
Sure.
just so happy for them. You know what I mean? Like every single person that went there was they're basically like the founding fathers of Smite,
Sure.
if that makes any sense. And
Yeah.
and I was really stoked and happy to see them all go there and perform so well. And it was one of those things like it literally got my blood running, watching those games and how close some of them were and the friendly banter, shit talking and everything like I loved it. I loved it. And I was really happy for him, and it was a really enjoyable thing to watch, and it pumped me up more. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it
Oh, for sure.
it excited me more to the point where okay, I want to practice harder than ever.
Mhm.
Uh, the next one I really want to be a part of.
So taking a look at that, I mean, you'll be on Snipe there, and we'll actually be starting up here with the qualifiers. We also have regionals, and then we kind of have our there's a wild card opportunity just in case Snipe doesn't make it, through the qualifiers, and then we also have our World Championship. What are your thoughts on now seeing this giant season coming out here, where we're not just talking about like, hey, a month, we're talking about months and months here. What's your thoughts on this new type of layout for a season coming out of Hi-Rez Studios as a competitor?
It'll be I think it'll be an endurance test.
Hmm.
I think the teams that make it will not necessarily be like the top teams now. It'll be the ones that can adapt, that can stay together, that can actually still enjoy each other's presence.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just as if you're a roommate, because obviously if you're a competitive player, you literally spend more time with your team than you do your family. So it's one of those things like teams that may be teams now may not be teams later,
Hmm.
and so on and so forth. I'm interested to see how everybody adapts to every single week and every single change as the qualifier season progresses, and even further than that. and I'm excited what the future holds.
So you had talked about a key point there I want to talk about real quick, is the fact of, I hope these teams stay together. And you've been a part of, look back at the days of Root and Curse and Juice. I mean, you had team swaps every other day, it felt like back then. Right now is not as bad. I mean, one team would win and you'd be like, all right, we're going to go ahead and change teams so we can get a nice combo that ends up winning. So
Right.
what do you see in the scene now that is going to change that? Because we're about jumping in. I mean, do you feel as a competitive player that right now in the scene, contracts with teams are a necessity from a competitor's perspective? Because I mean, it doesn't help the scene when you have players jumping from team to team weekly. Now, granted, we just had a big change in that, after the 100K. But what are your thoughts on that with contracts and with players jumping all over the place?
I don't necessarily think that there's going to be much. It seems to be more at the moment. At the moment, at least, it seems to be more European oriented on a lot of team rotations. But it's obviously one of those things that and this is kind of a proven point from the last qualifier lock-in was that these teams are sticking together.
Yeah.
Through thick and thin, they're sticking together, and there may be team swaps. And I feel like the competitive Smite team as a whole has really matured to a point where I think people are realizing that even if you lose, it's not the end of the world. You don't abandon ship. You don't necessarily just uproot everything that you began and try to start new and fresh. You try to adapt the situation and fix the problems inherently within each team week to week to week. And obviously right now you see a lot of team swapping and roster changes and whatnot, but that's to be expected because this is the team that you're going to be with for the next year, hopefully, if you make it that far. And so I think everybody's just trying to finalize what they want to do. And obviously I don't, people are going to come and go, but I think for the most part it's going to stay fairly stable.
Sure. And we'll definitely have to see how that works out, especially for Snipe as well. I mean, now that they're having a different mid laner, we'll have to see how you guys make out in qualifiers. But you guys did just take first place in Battle for Valhalla, not necessarily a Hi-Rez, organized tournament. But how did that feel for you?
It felt amazing, man. Like no matter the tournament, no matter the prize pool, it's still you're in a tournament, and it feels good and gets your blood pumping and obviously one of those games I played niche on mid, and
interesting.
I know a lot of people. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said interesting. Pulling out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a norm. I mean, if you plus it's not a norm to see her played, let alone to have her mid or. Yeah.
Well, needless to say, my team was not happy about that, and I still kind of get it. But no, the games before that, that honestly that was more of a cocky thing for me, and I apologize for that. But the games before that, we went into that tournament. Not to be like those guys, like and I kind of heard that a little bit, like that. Oh, you guys need to play your own tournaments. Like these are supposed to be like it's fun tournaments. Well, sure. It was great practice. It was great communication and synergy practice for us. Instead of just like your normal scrims, we could kind of emulate a money tournament. Yep. So it felt really good. Everybody I felt like was really on the same page, and we end up winning that, and it felt really good.
So what's your thought? We have briefly talked about this on the Smite update, about the fact of tournaments midweek that are not huge prize pools, that are not directly coming from Hi-Rez Studios, kind of taking away from the weekend and for the competitors like yourself. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, do you want as a competitor to have more Conquest 5v5 organized tournaments if it's for gems, if it's for cash during the week, or is it something where like you're like, oh no, I need to focus, scrim, and then wait till the weekend? What is your view on that?
No. The more tournaments, the better. The more people that come into the scene, the better. that would be so naive to think that these tournaments that people are taking times out of their lives and their days to run, and even the people that play it, because I gotta tell you, Smite's not streaming Smite is not the most lucrative living. I hate to tell you
Yeah.
guys. I know everybody thinks that we're all just floating in hundreds, but we're
Yep.
not.
Yep.
And not everybody can do it. So it's
Oh boy, I think we lost Jerbie again. I think we lost him. Did we lose him again? Man, we were going solid. We were going solid. Oh, that was good. That was a good push there, and then we lost him. When am I going to hit up those ask.fm questions? After we're done with the formal questions here, which will be very shortly. No. We'll wait to see. That's right, RIP. That's a shame. We'll see if we get him back. We'll see if we get him back. We'll see what happens here. Let me see. I hate to reschedule with the guy because we're almost through, like, some of these normal questions, and then I'm gonna take call-ins from you guys and some questions from Ask.fm. So it's a real shame that he's having some issues here. Tell Jerbie to go pay his electric bill. Would be good to go. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Thankfully, the man has Twitter on his cell phone, and we can communicate back and forth, so that works out well. Here's the link. Smite story. Fan-made stories of gods. There you go. In the meantime, I should give away a gem code. I could do that. I could do that. Let me load up my little giveaways here. I'd have to figure. I could do that. What is that? I forget what the randomizer is. What is it? Moobot space. It's something like what is that command with Moobot, guys? Does anyone remember in chat? How it randomly selects someone? It's like exclamation point Moobot, and then what is it? Raffle? Is it raffle? Let me see if that works. Nope, that's not it. There's an ability with Moobot to just randomly select somebody in chat. How many Ask.fm questions there are? There's 66. 66 right now. The giveaway feature doesn't work anymore, so let's pull Jerbie in. You with us? You gonna hang with us?
Yeah. All right.
Yo, it's cool, dude.
I think the storm is finally going away. Hopefully.
That's right.
I'm sorry,
did you pay?
guys,
Did you pay your electric bill? Did you pay your electric bill?
I don't know. I'll have to beg for another donation for it. But...
That's right. That's right. Somebody donate to this man so he can go ahead and afford it. So what were we talking about? I don't remember. But anyways, let's move on. We'll move on here to a question that I'm getting a lot of here in with the Ask.fm website, and you had talked about how teams weren't looking for people, back before the 100K. A lot of people were locked in. What advice do you give to people now who are like, hey, Jerbie, I want to be just like you and be on a professional team? How do I get there from casually playing now to get to that point?
Hey, I'll be honest with you. Like, I haven't done everything right, and to this day, I still don't consider myself like, I'm lucky to be where I am. I'm just lucky, and the best answer I can possibly give is to take a risk, to keep grinding ranked, and when you're grinding ranked, to not let the emotions set in, and I know a lot of people who watch my stream, they see me in ranked, and
Sure.
they see the rage or the laughing and everything like that.
Yep.
But that's more, that honestly, and a lot of streamers, it's more for the viewers.
Yeah.
The way to take ranked is to look at it analytically, right? And a lot of times you can't do that in ranked because a lot of things that happen inside of ranked do not emulate a tournament or competitive setting, but there is the opportunity there where you can perform above and beyond almost every single time you play, and you will get noticed. You will get noticed. As a perfect example, uh, a player that is fresh to league, absolutely fresh, is his name is Nanton, right?
Okay.
He's a solid 80 carry. Came out of nowhere and started doing really well in ranked. And then the next thing you know, he got an opportunity to sub in for Denial when they were still a team. All of a sudden I think he's on his own team now. But it's just like a perfect example. Like the opportunity is always there. It may not be there immediately, but if you push yourself hard enough, like it'll come. And and that's coming from somebody who I don't consider myself the best mid laner, by no means, and I've been able, gifted with the opportunity.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's no good. That's no good. That's the downside about like doing these things live. Sometimes we lose our guest. Sometimes we lose our guest, which is always a shame. Well, we can't keep him up here. Yeah, let me check with him, see what he wants to do. I don't mind waiting. I got time. I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys, the entertainment you guys deserve. I know, right? I know. Someone's breaking it. Jerbie forgot to feed that mouse on the wheel. That goes ahead and, keeps that internet moving. Free the Jerb! Free the Jerb. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Now, I think Jerbie had a good point. He was kind of talking about ranked. And I think it's very important that when... Oh, there he is. Oh, no, he's not there. I think it's very important that if you're playing in ranked, that you're playing and you're at that skill level that other professionals are. I think it's very important that you have the ability. Can I still hear you? No, I can't. I can't. Did you just type that to me? Yeah, I can't hear you, bro. He sent me a message. He's like, can you hear me? No. But I think it's very important if you're a high caliber player and you're playing in ranked and you go ahead and you're playing with these other professionals. You could be playing with Jerbie or Barracuda or whoever. They're going to start to recognize you if you're impressing them as a competitive player. So next time their team's looking to pick up a sub or they're looking to pick up a mid player full time, they're the type of if you're fixed in their mind as a very good player, competitive, your team works spot on, that's how you get picked up. I mean, there's no like free agent website right now at all that you can just go to. And sign up for. So yeah, that's what it is, Guys, I do a gem giveaway, but I don't have the giveaway feature. I don't know what that is. It's like Moobot raffle user list. Is that what it was? I don't know if that's it. That's not it. I don't know what the command is. Oh, there we go. Sweet, that worked. Okay, so we can do a gem code giveaway. Oh, he's here. You back again, Willis? Oh, I see him in here, so we'll see if he comes back. So we can do that giveaway. All right, so we're gonna go do a giveaway. You just have to be in chat. Moobot's gonna go ahead and select a random person. It raffles the entire user list. So you will win 200 gems. We'll send you 200 gems. How's that sound? If you go ahead and win here. So all you'll have to do is just check in chat. You got a notification. Yes, I was just testing it. That was a test. Sorry, buddy. That was a test. So we're just going to go ahead and test out. This won't be a test this time. And let's go ahead and roll our dice here. So it's going to be my Moobot raffle user list. We'll see what happens. And we're going to go ahead and win. Someone's going to win here in 3, 2, and 1. Click. And our winner is King Me 360. King Me 360. Congratulations to you, sir. You have won yourself 200 gems. Are we back? Are we back?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, he's back. There's life. There's life on the
Hopefully
other
fix this.
side.
I'll try it one more time.
There's life on the other side of this microphone.
Hopefully I'll try it one more time.
Okay. Okay. If you duck out one more time, we'll call it. How's that sound? Oh my gosh, really? He just ducked out. There's no way. Alright, let's see. Gems. Let me send you your gem code here. Jerbie's a beast. Jerbie's a beast. Alright. That's a shame. That's a shame. Gotta get up my gem code so I can send them to you. So congratulations to you, sir. King Me. I thought I saw you in chat. Yeah. Oh my god, you picked me. I didn't pick you. The raffle system did. Let's see here. Alright. Alright. Let me bring it up here. Got your gems. Copy. Paste. King Me 360. Congratulations to you, sir. Enjoy the 200 gems. Brought to you by Hi-Rez Studios. Appreciate them. Handing them out to you guys. As always. They are awesome. If you have any issues with those gems, let me know. I can touch base with Hi-Rez and they can check that code and all that fun stuff. But you shouldn't. And let me validate that that went through. Let's see here. Because Jerbie is not there. Let me send him a message. Oh, send him. We'll send his new message here to Jerbie. See if he's available to reschedule. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, 1 sec. Let me restart router and hold for 3 minutes. Okay, sounds good. Let me know. Let me know. We'll hold out. We'll hold out. We'll see what happens. Roll again. Why am I rolling again? Why am I rolling again? We already have a winner. We already have a winner. All right, let's see here. I like Twitch is like not loading. Oh, there we go. It like wasn't loading for a second there. It's kind of weird. Let's put some music back on while we wait to see if Jerbie can get back on. Stupid storm. Stupid storm. Go back to once you've come. Alright. Let's delete that. We don't want that. Delete. Delete. What's this message here? We got a message 2 days ago. What is this? Alright. I want to make sure that message actually went out. So we'll be good to go there. With dice command you Octane to roll forever. Alright, fine, you greedy people. Let's go ahead and do another giveaway. I'm such a sucker. Why does chat own my life? Let me make sure this one went out first. Did that go out? No, that did not go out. Okay, good. Let's make sure here. Let me make sure I resend that to him. Do you guys know, are the Raw skins still available? Like, are the Alienware Raw skins, are they still available or no? 'Cause I got some of them. We'll see if Jerbie gets back in here. Yeah, I don't know if the skins are still available. Should we do a raw skin giveaway? Alright, we'll do a raw skin giveaway then. While we try to waste some time here. Alright, so that went out. Alright, we'll give away a raw skin. Alright, let's go ahead here. Moobot. When in doubt, do a giveaway. Moobot, raffle, user list. Alright, let's do it. And go. Why isn't it picking anyone? Moobot didn't pick anyone. What happened? Moobot, you fail. It didn't work. Moobot. raffle user list. Enter. Oh, there we go. MC Pico 9. MC Pico 9. You have won yourself a Raw skin, bro. Let me go ahead and load that up. You have won. MC Pico 9. Is he back? Is he back? Let's see here. Hello? I'm trying to drag him. There he is. You there?
Yeah.
Hey!
Well, I left the rudder off for a little bit, so hopefully.
We'll see what happens here. Let me go ahead and update this real quick. All right. So we were talking about, as a player, how to really, get exposure, and we were definitely talking about ranked is pretty much the way to get exposure, because people that are playing ranked are playing with you, and so when you need a sub or you guys decide, hey, we need a new jungler, ranked sometimes the place to go. Does that sound pretty accurate?
Yeah. I mean, because and it was like I was saying, get connected. The way to take ranked is to be as analytical about it as you possibly can, and not let the emotions get into play. It's where you need to work on your, your own mechanics and to, be able to really dress to impress every single game and not, even going so far as to not have the mentality of, like, if things are bad, F6, because you just can't have a terrible mentality.
That's true.
But I mean, like I said, And I don't mean to keep on harping back to it, but it's a perfect example of talking about Nan who came into ranked and he performed well.
Oh my word, your internet is broke, sir. It's broke. It's broke.
Who came into
there we go.
And he performed well.
Oh, you broke in and out. In and out. Broke up again. Sad face. Sad face. Let's see here. Oh, let's shoot him a message. Maybe we'll have to reschedule, I guess. Let's see. What's up, buddy? Hello. I can't hear you. You don't have your microphone set up in this system. Yeah, I can't hear you. You gotta go to the bottom right and click on that little green text and then go to advanced and set your microphone. Make sure it works right, because I don't think it's working for you.
All right.
Yeah, what's up? You falling asleep over there?
I've been chilling in this channel for like an hour. It's like my friends. Oh, Jerb.
Oh, whoa, we're back.
Whoa, hey, Jerbie.
Whoa, hey.
It's awkward. It's awkward when the replacement meets the person who's replaced. No, I'm kidding.
Jerbie might know about that one.
Oh!
And it begins.
So believe it or not, Jerb, we're kind of going to jump into it. F. is our first caller, actually. He is our first caller.
Oh, man.
So my man F. What question do you have for Jerbie?
Careful, Swag.
How you doing today? How are you?
I'm fantastic, man. Trying to fight Mother Nature, but I'm good.
I feel that. Anyway, all right, I'll actually give you a question. Sure, I'll give you a question. I want to give you a hard-hitting question.
Okay.
But I got nothing because I literally fell asleep in my chair waiting for OctanePro to actually click me. So I'll give you I really wanted to be that guy with the hard-hitting question that you didn't really want to answer but felt compelled to. But instead, I'm going to ask you a question that I legitimately want the answer to. I think that you, Jerbie, have put on one of the most professional streams out of anybody that streams Smite, and I think it's impressive that you've done it without being a full pro player. You obviously have your roots in the pro gaming scene, and you've obviously paid your dues, but you're not exactly, well, now you are, but previously you weren't exactly the Lazarus type figure who was on a game, on a team that you could watch week in, week out. Yep. How did you what tenements do you take to your own stream? Because like I said, you present it so much more professionally, and I think I've mentioned this to you here or there, that your stream just comes off more professional, and you curse, you talk about stupid stuff. It's not your content level. It's just something that you do. It's an intangible that I want you to make tangible. What makes your stream more approachable and more professional than other streams in Smite? Why does your stream carry itself outside of being a pro player and outside of your skill level beyond that?
Is he still with us?
Hey, am I?
Yep, there you go. You're good. Go for it.
Hey, what?
I don't know if Jerbie's still there. F-Dot, what's up? Why are you laughing, bro?
He's not.
Yeah, he faded out.
He's not there.
Yeah.
I gave him a well thought out answer or question.
Yep.
And homie was like, "Oh, internet."
Yeah, I like chat, by the way. 8,943 years later, still waiting for the question. Gotta bust your chops. Oh, man. You are...
Oh, he heard the question.
That's right.
He'll answer in a minute. What is he, like, writing up a response right now?
That's right.
Like...
He's typing it up. He's like, frustrating. I can imagine, bro. I can imagine.
But, I mean, that's the point that I've always noticed about Jerb's stream.
Which is weird, because everyone, like, you're breaking up a little bit here and there, too.
Stream.
Yeah, like, you're breaking up
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that you are.
Yeah, you are as well, which is kind of weird. That's why I'm like...
It's basically because Raid Call is a program from 1991, and it's garbage, and I don't know why you use it.
I hate you. I hate you. Why do I even deal with this? You know, it was funny, and I will say, like, F-Dot sent me a message on Raid Call, and then I sent him a message back and told him I hated him, and then later I told him I loved him. So, this love-hate relationship, this stuff's got to go, bro. This stuff's got to go. I thought I had
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I'm with Omega. Quit QQing, Jerbie. Just figure it out.
my stuff's broke. That's just how it is. All right, let's see here. I mean, hey, I might have to move to like Mumble or TeamSpeak. I've never had this issue before, but you sound fine now. But his is legitimately
I've
like...
never used this garbage program.
What's that?
I said every time I've ever used this garbage program, I've had problems.
Oh, you're a disaster.
This program is complete trash. That's why.
Everyone's liking Dolby though. Everyone's liking Dolby. Do you like Dolby?
Dolby's really sweet. I really like Dolby every time I've used it. My team uses Mumble, so that's my go-to program. The UI is trash, but there's no latency, and when you're a tryhard like me, latency matters.
Yeah.
So there's Mumble. Dolby is cool because you get to be in a room and you can like hang out in the corner with your friend, and it's neat.
Okay.
Like, have you ever used the program before?
I have not. I've not used it.
They give you a literal room. You have an actual place where you physically put your character, so to speak, and you can like hide.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Jerb?
All right. I heard your question, by the way. Yeah, I heard your question. I'll try to answer it before it cuts out.
Now, is your internet cutting out at the same time that you're having issues?
Yeah, like you guys get kind of like it, but it's been bad ever since lightning strike happened and it completely cut it out. So hopefully, as it progresses. But yeah, and I apologize, man. This is like the worst feeling in the world. You come on a talk show, internet's final day, one lightning strike, and everything goes to hell. But no,
Jerry's actually sending me messages
was...
on Twitter about how he's punking you right now, Octane.
No. I guess the answer to your question is that it's taken me a long time on my stream to build up like even a small viewer base, and even now I'm like, if that guy isn't on and then that guy isn't on and then 12 other guys aren't on, I'm the guy you go to, and even that I'm proud of, but it's having. It's treating your stream as if it's your own home, you know what I mean, and having your own ground set and having your own rules and regulations, and no matter what, being yourself instead of trying to catering to something you're not. Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense at all. And I'm not a perfect streamer, like if you want a perfect streamer, perfect streamer will sit there and tell you every single thing that they're doing at all times, and it's just something that I don't have the ability to do. But I try to perform, at least to a level that's entertaining. And
Well, cut you off right there because everybody has a different idea of what a perfect streamer is, and while you might not dictate your game, you do other things to keep people involved. So keep going.
Well, I try to I do try to interact with my chat as much as I humanly can, and one of the things that I do enjoy doing is talking about everything but Smite as I play Smite, which I know sounds a little bit odd, but a lot of times I'll talk about things that have happened in my life that to keep it PG may or may not have worked out in my favor, and
did we lose him? May or may not have worked out. Whoop, it's broke. Are you still there, F-Dot? Yeah,
okay.
now you're just doing it on purpose. You were that.
I'm totally still here, baby. You already know you can't get rid of me.
Oh, gosh, I can't pull him away. It's ridiculous.
Never,
All right.
never.
So if I was fresh out of college and I needed that roommate to room with that was a partier but also was a good man, I would room with this guy F-Dot. He is a piece of work.
Of course.
I swear.
Of course.
Man knows how to party, but also knows how to get down and do work.
I definitely do. Work hard, play hard. That's kind of my motto.
That's right. Well, we got time to kill if Jerbie comes back. Trying to see if the man wants to reschedule so he stops embarrassing himself here, but just with the unfortunate internet issues. But in the meantime, we'll take some Ask.fm questions. Why not, So
this is my favorite part of the show that we never get to because I talk too much. So I'm
Pretty
totally
much.
100% down.
So, we'll start out basic, simple and easy. Favorite god and position to play if people are not familiar with you.
My favorite position is... Hold on one sec.
Okay. He just comes in.
All right, I'm back.
All right,
I'm back.
yeah. That was nice of you.
Yeah, no problem. I was busy. I was petting my dog. Anyway, my favorite position to play, it's a cross between jungle and support because you're so mobile. You're all over the place. Can you link the S.FM in chat, please? You're all over the place. You go everywhere and you do everything, and it's a lot of fun. My favorite god to play is jungle tier because it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. You just blink behind somebody and ruin their day. You and Fats got really salty about it about an hour ago. That's why I play Smite, to make people mad. I team the Turks. Our motto is hurting feelings since 2002. Like, that's why I play games. That's why my name is F-Swag. Because when people play against me and lose, they're like, nah, I lost to this guy with swag in his name. I'm so mad. Like, that's why I exist on the internet. Because it's hilarious.
All right. For me, I'd have to say favorite position is support. And we actually talked about before, too. Sun Wukong, 100%. I think he is, at this point right now, Sun Wukong is at an amazing point, perspective. I mean, you see him banned out time and time again, but when he is played, he makes such a huge influence on the game. And I like the fact of how high his mobility is with his 72 transformations. So, yeah, mine would have to be support Sun Wukong.
Cool.
Cool. There's a delay, and so every time there's a delay, I'm afraid that you're gone, and I'm like, what the heck? Where'd you go?
No, I know exactly what.
So you do it on purpose. I hate you.
What do you? I don't do any. I'm just trying to continue.
Yo, I can tell you're cutting out your mic. I can tell you. Oh my word! I hate you. See, this is what I deal with. This is what I do shows with right here, people. Oh my god.
Oh man, but what's it called? No, the monkey is great. Like I mentioned, support, and so if I had to split it, it would definitely be jungle tier, and my second choice would be either Odin or Wukong support, just because hitting people with the cudgel. That's a Shadow Q-ism right there. Every time he pokes with the cudgel, he just goes and it's great.
All right, so let's see what else I got here.
Cazador is 666. I tried to make F. mad and ranked, and I ended up making myself mad.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't really get mad. I just make fun of you because you're already mad. That's what happens in rank, dude.
Let's see. Try to find out what else is going on here. That is not working out. Try to see.
This is so. How come I want to be a higher level on raid call? How do I do that? How do I grind?
I have no clue. Couldn't tell you. I just use it.
You have 2 badges next to your name. You have a little gem and a like.
I don't know what that means. Okay, it says if I hover over top of 2, activity badge. It says I'm active very rare.
So you just use this garbage program a lot, and now you're like
that's what
king
the badge is. I don't know what the diamond is though. I couldn't
King
tell you.
Garbo.
I don't know what the diamond means though.
You are king. You really are. You already know.
Yeah, you can't say it in chat. You suck.
Oh man.
All right.
Wow.
So,
Anyway, let's take another question from Ask FM.
Sure. Let's see. Let's see. Some people have just made comments. It's like nothing important.
You should probably take Jerbie's name off while the troll is talking. I am the troll.
The
apparently.
Troll. That's right. His name's not F.
I'm the
Dot.
troll.
It's the Troll.
The troll.
All right. Well, let's put here. You had a chance to cast today. Somebody was asking, who do you feel is one of the better gods from the competitive side of Arena? And you don't follow the scene very closely, but from your experience today with casting, was there a god that stood out to you as like a must-need pickup?
Odin. Odin. So when you think about Guardians with respects to Arena, everybody snaps mind to Ares because it just makes sense. Let me play a god where I can literally just grab everybody and be the man. But realistically, that doesn't happen. You're going to grab one person, if anybody at all. You are Inspector Beads, pretty much. You kind of just stop everybody from beadsing and Magi's Blessing important things. Odin, you blink, you're in my cage, you don't have a jump, LOL. If you blink out, I'm going to do it again in 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and I'm going to laugh at you when you die. It's just great. And Odin is fantastic when it comes to Arena. Shibalonki gets a special shout out.
Jerbie, you back with us?
For now, we'll see.
It's okay. We have a troll that steps in when you're not here, so it perfectly works out very well.
Are you ready to talk Arena strats, Jerbie?
Never again. Never again.
Well, this is not. Well, I don't know for sure, but I would assume that this is not the last Alienware Arena Cup tournament, as we had a very good turnout. So you better get ready for the next Alienware Arena Cup tournament.
Yeah, the crowd's going wild right now.
That's
right?
as much fake hype as I can go to.
All right.
But I'll try to pick up where we left off real quick.
Sure, go for it.
Guys, talking about the stream is maintaining yourself and no matter what, like keep going, keep streaming, because like even there for a long time, and I lucked out, and a lot of it is luck. A lot of it is referral and everything like that.
Sure.
Before Root Gaming, and I swear to you, this is the honest to goodness truth, and I wish I could give you some BS answer, but before I was on a team with Drew, or Laz's rather, and Matty Pocket and all those guys, like I averaged like 30 to 40 viewers.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not even talking about that. Screw viewer count. I'm talking about how do you make, like, your stream is just professional, man. Like, I know what I'm going in when I'm getting it, and like that's what I'm speaking to. Like, your level of success is cool. But I'm talking about, like, how do you put out a consistent product that I'm always ready to digest. And not everybody's as consistent, myself included. How do you pull it off, man?
It's finding something new to talk about every single day. And that's where I go back to talking, where I try to talk about different things other than Smite and to be able to relate. And albeit a lot of times, like, what I do in my stream, the talks that I have aren't exactly, like, quote unquote professional in the sense of like what I'm saying is kind of out of context or rude even or bash or something like that. But I try to be as honest as I can and try to stay as true to self as I can on stream. And by so doing, it's always talking about something new or something that's going on or something that am I still here?
Yeah, you're still good. You're still good.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oof. I saw the F and I was like,
No, I hit a key accidentally. You're good.
Oh, okay. No, but it's try figuring out every single day, how can I innovate my product? How can I think of something new to say and something to laugh about, or some news that happened in Central Asia or something like that, and then connect it somehow, some way, through to Smite, and that's generally what I try to do. And then at the same time, like I treat my viewers the same way that I expect, that I would anybody else, and that's to have as much respect as you show me. And
I think that's key right there.
right, and like I said, as long as you maintain the discipline that you are inherently a viewer first and a streamer second, and you're nothing more than an average person, you'll be fine. But the second you become arrogant, and the second that you step above that threshold, I guess, like you become something that you're not, and people pick onto that, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. And I think that's as weird as that is to say, that in my eyes is a way that I maintain on my stream.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, no, I totally feel that, and I don't know if Jerbie's gone or not, but
No, I'm still here.
okay. You got cut off in the middle of something you said. But I think an important point is so when you go into a larger channel and the streamer just says hello to everybody, it can feel very sterile.
Mm-hmm.
It can feel very like, oh, hello, Running Fanny 38, hello, Mubot, hello, Laxus 7, hello, Z. Like, it just feels like it's conveyor belt, and it kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
And when you stream on a larger channel, like sometimes when I stream on Smite game, it can feel like that, and I try to stop that. One of the cool things that Jerbie does, first of all, Cronin LOL. Find it. I don't know why it's Cronin LOL, but go there and follow it. It's a great stream. You always make me feel welcome. And like this was, I mean, I'm still a nobody, right? But once upon a time, like in last summer, I was really into Smite. I just started doing stuff like, I guess, October-ish, and I've been following Smite for a little bit before then. I used to come into your channel and you just be like, hey, what's up, F-Swag? Like, I've seen you around, and like, not be like, hi, F-Swag, hi, this guy, hi, that, but include me in a conversation. And that made me sit and watch. And like, I think you were my first sub.
Well, I appreciate your
snap.
So, what I'm saying is you have this intangible, and you make people feel welcome. And I hope if anybody out there hasn't caught this loser, go follow his stream.
Oh snap!
What? Am I not here anymore?
Oh, no, you're here. So
Oh, okay.
let's go ahead and take a question for you from Ask.fm here that was submitted. Nothing crazy, but do you think there is a way to either make a new viable starter item or even rework Mark of the Vanguard to make it viable again? What's your thoughts on that, Jerbie?
That's when you start talking about Mark of the Vanguard and you start talking about all that, I just don't want to give an answer because I don't know that much outside of mid, and even in mid it's partial. But the honest answer is I don't have an answer for that. I can. I'm one of those people that I can tell you what's wrong, but I can't tell you what's right, or how to fix it. And pretty much like if it's not connected to mid, I just don't know, man. There's so many better people to ask that sort of thing.
So F. Dot and I, when we were filling the gap there, had briefly talked about throwing it out there. Favorite god and role for you definitely is apparent that it's mid lane. But what god stand out to you that has been the most fun in your go-to god mid lane?
Oh, it's got to be Mercury mid. I love Mercury mid. I loved everything about it. Loved it. It was just a janky mid. It was a melee mid. You had to play it very carefully. You had to play it very specifically, and obviously that was when what was the item called? I forget it now, but Golden Bow.
Golden Bow. Yep.
Yeah, Golden Bow would once you finish that, you would basically full clear wave with Mercury. But I just loved the kit, and I loved running it mid, and it was something completely different from your standard Vampiric Shroud mage mid. And I've always loved different mids because I just love trying to not be the wise guy and invent a new meta or anything like that, but just to always have different routes and different options so you don't stay so apparent and obvious.
I guess what is it though about mid that attracted you to it? Did you always like play mid as early on in the scene that you started, or have you
Yeah,
gradually moved
yeah.
to it, or what was it like? What is it about mid that you enjoy?
Originally, it was the ability to 1v1 a person. That was, that chess match, it
Mhm.
mid has kind of dumbed itself down now, simply because of Vampiric Shroud.
Yeah.
It's just really really hard to make a one-on-one play. Sometimes it happens, usually to me, but it's um, it's just so difficult now, like in the inherent numbers that come with each kit and the damage output from each person, that until like it's that game where you get your level 9 through 13.
It's coming.
There it is. It's there.
The bus is coming.
The bus is coming.
The Venga bus is coming, and everyone is da 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 da. Shouts to Nick Pie.
I don't know what I'd do without you. Okay. You know what I thought about? And I had to go back and check. I was like, I haven't had my man F. Dot on Smite Talk yet.
Oh,
You haven't been on the show yet. Like, we haven't. I literally, while
Pop
we were.
quiz. Venga Boys. What was their single?
I don't know. But I know I
We
liked it.
like to party.
We
We like to party. All right, keep going.
But, we'll have to get something scheduled. I mean, I got Barracuda coming next week, but I think it'd be good, learn a little bit more about this man called F. Dot and your background and all that fun stuff. I think that'd be cool.
Yo, I'm totally down, man.
And I don't even have to ask you if you're going to do it because I know you will, so.
Nah, I'm not. I don't really like this OctanePro guy.
That's right.
So
That's right. He's a face to fill a void. That's all he is. Oh god. All right. Well, let me. Dang. I'm gonna have to reschedule with this man Jerbie and try to do things right because I feel like we've been killing it. It's a shame because he's got some good insight. Oh, now he sends me a message here. All right, we're gonna reschedule with the Jerb, and I'm not doing a show with F. Dot now because of the fact that I am not prepared to have such a stupendous guest on the show. And these are the types of things I need to prepare for.
So the week after next is basically, should I pencil you?
Yeah, that's the next opening because I got Barracuda coming on the 4th, and then the 11th would be the next opening, but I have to check my schedule. Let's see here. Oh, while we're live on stream, might as well talk about it. That's right, talk about it. What we're doing here. Let's see. Can you fit that into your schedule? I know you're real busy.
Possible.
Gotta work with your assistant. In order to determine if your availability.
Let me call my secretary.
Your what?
My secretary.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. I was a little confused there for a second. You're just look at that little giddy laugh. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm available. I'm available that day. Hello? Yo, you're back. You just like come and go. Like you just come and go as you please.
I don't know.
Jerbie, you need to show this OctanePro man a little more respect. He's on page 40 of Smite.
Oh my gosh! All right, hang on, Jerbie. Did you read that magazine, by the way?
I did not go to the toilet with it yet.
Flip to page 40. OctanePro's in it. He'll tell you later.
What? You know what? I didn't even advertise it until you put it out there. I was like, check out this great magazine. It's got great content, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden I get like pooped on because I'm on page 40.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, man.
40, 41, and 42. Just put it out there after that.
Rip me. I'm dead.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I see how it is. All right, well, whatever. We'll just kind of hang out. You got a little bit of time, so we'll kind of hang out here and we'll just answer some questions, have some fun with it. We get an answer from Jerbie, great. If not, we'll move to F. Dot. So here's a question for you, Jerbie. Talking about schedule. Smite is pretty much your full-time job right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does a typical daily schedule look like for you when it comes down to Smite, when it comes down to practicing, stuff like that?
Generally, I try to put in anywhere from 5 to 8 hours a day.
Sorry, you were breaking up, bro. We started to laugh at you.
Oh, okay. No. It's
Okay,
Is it clear now?
say that again. Yeah, you're good. We didn't hear how much time
Okay.
you started to put it in.
Yeah, 5 to 8 hours of ranked a day, which is crazy.
Wow.
And then yeah, and then generally 2 to 4 hours of scrims,
Okay.
and past that, call it a day.
So how much do you actually stream all of your ranked then?
Not always, not
Okay.
always. A lot of times, and because I feel like if I'm constantly streaming, I'm constantly having to be the entertainer, and a lot of times, and sometimes I will stream, but I'll turn off the entertainer mode or mute my mic or something when I really want to focus on brushing up on mechanics or something like that, or just completely ignore chat.
Okay. I like it. And, some people don't realize, some people don't actually have the luxury, should I say, of the situation you're in now, being able to take a passion you have and kind of make it your life. Outside of, your typical, okay, I'm going to Smite, I'm going to play Smite, I'm going to play Ranked, I'm going to Scrim. What other factors do you think come into play when it comes down to, your performance? Does it come down to sleep? Does it come down to the food you're eating, exercising? What do you what all? How does that interact with your schedule? I don't think he's there. Oh, there you are. You're
Well,
there. You're there.
yeah, well, food and that consists of buffalo chicken pizza and exercise is going to the fridge, but
I like it. At least you're honest. At least you're
yeah,
honest.
yeah. But no, obviously, sleep is always going to be a factor.
Sure.
Practice is going to be a factor. Um, a sense of self is also a factor, and that's crazy enough to say, but a lot of times you go into a tournament and it's a completely different scenario from a scrim.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is that you go into a tournament and I know a lot of people won't be able to really connect with this, but it's like your blood rises a little bit. You're kind of breathing a little bit heavier, and you start to worry a little bit more about the mistakes that you could possibly make that could end up costing you the tournament position or even your tournament life at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a heavy weight on your shoulders that I don't think a lot of people particularly realize, and some do, I'm sure. I'm not saying that everybody's like these dummies when it comes to that, but
Sure.
it's a completely different atmosphere. Like you can go through scrims all week long, you can practice as hard as you can, but when it comes down to that Saturday tournament or that Sunday tournament, if you're you, it's a new ball game altogether. It's a new monster. It's something either you can get over or you can't, and that's something that I guess kind of haunts me every single tournament. It's like I get really nervous. As long as I've been doing this, like I still get nervous, and I really think to myself, like, I'm trying not to screw up for my team, and a lot of times because of that, I end up screwing up. So it's one of those things that's kind of my thing that I try to get over, and I'm trying to fix is to be a better player. I have to get over that fear of a tournament.
Okay. Okay. That makes complete sense. I see sometimes there's a lot of some teams out there in other esports actually have schedules where it comes down to, and I don't think Smite's there yet, where it comes down to, okay, every day you have to exercise for this amount, and every day you have to stream and stuff like that. I guess you can't give all the details, but with Smite, is there anything, or with Snipe, I'm sorry, there's nothing that really stands out, I would assume. I'm trying to reword this properly. Is there anything now within the Snipe contract that stands out to you versus other teams that is surprise that you can indulge? I mean, I don't want you to be able to say something that's going to cause a problem. But what are your thoughts?
No. It's everybody's. I don't think anybody's really stipulated to do anything other than
Sure.
like on the NA side, because obviously I don't know EU as well, but on the NA side, like obviously, Dignitas has to do some VOD sometimes.
Yep.
And,
Exactly. Yep.
Right, and obviously we don't have that kind of stipulation, and some of the players, yet again on Dignitas, they have Smite Pro, and they're 100% forced to be the entertainer for those 3 hours, and that may take away time from true practice and everything. But when it comes to things that we're required to do, no, the only thing we're required to do is show up on time, 7 o'clock, be ready to go, and be ready to rock, and that's about it.
Okay. Okay. No, for sure. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Jumping back into Smite a little bit. As we talked about, you're a professional mid laner. And let's talk a little bit about junglers. I mean, I think that's part of the biggest pressure you're getting, and middle lane in mid lane is junglers. What is the hardest god to have on the as an enemy jungler that you deal with in mid lane? That you're like, wow, like I hate going against this type of jungler.
There isn't really a matchup in jungle that I would give that answer to. There are people that play those gods in the jungle that I would say that, because there's ranked is one thing. When you talk about the jungle mid coordination or anything like that, like in ranked, it's a coin flip whether you're going to get the above average jungler or not.
Yeah, yeah.
But on a competitive level, you have a lot of synergy with versus a lot of people, and that's something I'm trying to work on. Like obviously, I'm trying to work on my synergy with Shing, and even in Continentia when it comes to jungle support rotations into mid or even out of mid. But like it's a completely different beast whenever you're going against MLC Stealth and Andister, who have a lot of synergy, or Lazes and the best, or or Dare to Carry Mace to Face now. Like it's all those guys they're just really synergetic. Pick the unpredictable junglers, and that's what makes them so good. And it's a new challenge to try to figure out. Like it's not necessarily the gods that they pick; it's how they play it in the sense of positioning, in the sense of changing up their jungle rotations. And the best kind of jungler, you don't know if they're ganking mid, you don't know if they're ganking dual lane, solo lane. They could be anywhere. They could be invading your jungle. Those are the best kind of junglers that change it up, and they don't have a predictable style of jungling.
Okay, that makes sense. No, I like it for sure. And so looking at the scene, is there a specific competitor in the scene that you look up to as a mid laner that you're like, wow, like I strive to play in this style that they play in, or to hit these snipes or stuff like that as a mid laner?
No. I don't think you should ever have that mentality. I think that you should respect every player and what their capabilities are. But the second you try to start to emulate somebody is the second that you're always going to be second.
Okay, I like it. That's actually a good point of view.
But they're
Oh, I think I lost you. Maybe you'll come back.
They're competitive players for a reason, and they all bring something to the table. All right.
You're good.
Okay. And it's like, for example, when I'm against MLC Stealth in mid, he is the scummiest of all mid laners, and there's a reason behind that. Well, there's a reason behind that. Is because MLC Stealth, like for everybody out there, they all think that he's this nice guy. And he even portrays that inside of game, because of what he does, and what makes him so deadly is the fact that he'll come into mid lane in a scrim or a tournament, and he'll start waving at you in mid. And you think to yourself like, oh, okay, well, he's being really nice, he's waving, and you'll move up and you'll wave at him, and then while he's still waving and laughing, all of a sudden 4 members of Cognitive will gank you.
Oh, okay.
Within half a second. So it's you have to use certain things to your strengths, and his is the nice guy attitude, but we all know like secretly he's evil incarnate.
Sure, I can see that. Let's go ahead and bring in another caller here, Tony. See what kind of question he has. Tony, welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going? We'll see if he answers. Are you there? Tisk. Man, F-Dot, you're doing a horrible job of moderating these people coming in, man.
That's my job.
There he is. Hey, Tony, you there?
Yes.
All right, what question do you have for Jerbie?
Okay, well, I don't follow Smite news very well, but what I did see is ever since the 100K tournament, there's been a lot of roster changes between competitive teams. And I would like to know how each of you feels this would affect the coming tournaments and all that between the competitive players.
Okay, I'll throw it to Jerbie.
I think the roster changes are a good and bad thing, because I think sometimes people rush roster changes. But at the same time, you never know how synergetic a person can be to a team until you try it out. And so I think that, you may at the beginning, right before the qualifier starts, see a lot of different different people trying different teams and everything like that. But I think eventually it'll stabilize out to where you're not going to have a lot of roster changes. So hopefully that answers.
So you're saying is you think a lot of these were rushed just to try to step up to what happened in the tournament for a lot of people?
No. What I'm saying is that with the opportunity to try out new people, and then with the ruling that's in place with the qualifiers that you have to stay on a team during the qualifiers, people are going to try out different people to try out different synergies. Not necessarily replace people, but they're going to try out different people in different roles, or even different teams to find the most synergetic thing possible, and what's going to best guarantee them a possibility of winning.
Mm-hmm.
At least for the immediate, not on and down the road.
Excellent. Tony, you got any other questions for Jerbie? Still there, Tony?
What'd you say?
There was a telephone. Telephone! Somebody get that. All right, let's see here. If Cat-P33, quite an interesting name. Let's see if they're available. All right, Cat-P33, welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going? Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hey, welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going?
Good.
Good. So what question do you have for Jerbie?
I just wanted to know what his favorite mid lane god was, and who's his favorite mid lane god, and what's his biggest counter to it.
Interesting about the counter court. Go ahead, Jerbie.
I honestly I don't have a favorite mid god, and I get that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I am a no lifer in the truest sense, man. I have 10 legendary mid gods and almost 11. I'm a firm believer in not having a singular favorite. Because yet again, I go back to I think it makes you too predictable. But I love pretty much every single matchup. The only one that really frustrates me is going against a Raw. And I know a lot of people are probably like, well, why not Ao Kong or anything like that? But a Raw is the single hardest matchup for me in all the world. And it's simply because of the fact that he drops the heal on the wave and it screws up your entire mindset on how many spells is it going to take to clear this wave, your mana capabilities throughout the laning phase, 1 through 4. When are you going to have to back? Are you going to have to overcommit on mana, so you have to early back, then you're going to lose out on XP or lose out on gold, and it's going to cause then it goes even deeper is because of that, because of Raw forced you to overcommit on mana, you had to back early. Not going to be 5, he's going to be 5 for the first mid-harpy rotation, and then all of a sudden, he's 5, you're 4, he has ult advantage on you, and, then the 3v3 fight or the 2v2 fight is in their favor, guaranteed. So it's a really strong god, but that's my favorite matchup to go against. It's obviously to play patient and be able to lose a little bit of gold early your mana and stay in lane.
Sure. No, that's a good question.
Okay.
Good question.
Thanks.
Kat, you have any other questions?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thanks for
buddy.
calling in. Appreciate it. So let's go ahead and, we slowly made our way through the show tonight, Jerbie, for sure.
And I apologize again, man.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm actually kind of happy you stuck with it. Kind of worked out. Got some good questions in. And, before we go ahead, we'll go ahead and head things out. Got to respect Jerbie's time as well. We got a brief little bit about you. Got an opportunity early on to learn a little bit around your background in the competitive scene, especially about Smite. You have been around pretty much the same amount of time I have been, which is a while within the Smite scene. And, definitely want to give you credit where credit's due, as being,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And, where can people go ahead and check you out? We talked a lot about your stream and a lot of that stuff. So if you want to go ahead and where was that at? We'll make sure we post that in chat so people can go ahead and follow you over there.
You can find me at twitch.tv/ChronoLOL. And for those of you who are actually wondering, the name ChronoLOL is not from me. It's actually from a buddy of mine who got me into streaming in the first place. He said, hey, try out this account. And I started streaming on it. And he kind of quit, with the whole streaming thing. And then it was too late because I got partner on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then once you get partner, they wouldn't change your name. So I'm kind of stuck with ChronoLOL.
I know how that feels.
Twitch.tv/ChronoLOL. And you can follow me on Twitter at Jerbcraft.
That's it.
Excellent, excellent, good deal. I went ahead and posted it in chat. I will put it on the YouTube video as well for the comments there, and then also on Raid Call, or I'm sorry, not Raid Call, also on iTunes. So if you guys want to go ahead and follow him, the link is in chat. Go follow him, and definitely support him. Check him out. See what F. Dot is talking about when it comes down to that professionalism. Check it out. And if you're a mid player, up and coming mid player, you want to learn a few things, here or there. Make sure you go check out Jerbie as well. Jerbie, I'd like to thank you for coming on the show tonight. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Sorry again about all the problems.
That's all right. No problem at all. Special thanks to Hi-Rez Studios for hosting this show tonight. Once again, this show airs every week at 7 p.m. Eastern on Smite Game on Sundays. Next week, we will have Cognitive Gaming's Barracuda on. And we had time tonight. We got scheduled out with have F. Dot on the following week. And so we'll be looking to go ahead and grab some more, personalities from the scene, competitive players and coaches as well moving forward. But once again, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I will be on in a few minutes. Going to be doing some viewer games to kind of round out the night for you folks. I'll see you guys in just a minute. Stay tuned.